Hey guys, out here at Yadkinville today, after work, getting ready to fly. We got Mike here, aspiring Tucker God superstar, and he's gonna go take off. I'm gonna follow him. We're gonna do a quick tour around the lake. You can check out Mike. His YouTube channel is Mike Can Fly. Of course, we're about to see whether or not that's true. There you go. Yeah, hang a left, you got it. We want some altitude and we want to point to the right of the lake. So turn right. You have unconstricted altitude climb rate. So you can hit full power now. We're out of the noise problem. Let's get a little more altitude and we'll head around the lake here. When you follow somebody, you don't want to follow directly behind them or below them. You'll hit my wake. So either be off to my side or be above me. So with this much wind up here, just keep in mind, every time we head southeast, which is roughly the direction we're pointing, we're not going to go very fast. Yeah, a little bit. When we get to the other side of the lake, you see how there's not a whole lot of fields out here? We want to have enough altitude to make any of these fields, so we need a little more height to glide to them in this wind. Keep in mind, your wing flies the same. Nothing's changing, it's just you getting pushed across the ground. Your flight is identical. You don't need to turn any sharper, you don't need to fly any weirder, you don't need to hold any brakes. It's all the same, you just don't go very fast. As we fly here, keep an eye out to your left and right. Make sure we're not spooking any wildlife, especially horses, but also look for fields you could land in. Keep in mind the closest field may be behind you. I'm going to do a 360-degree right turn. I'm turning 360 to the right to get up with you. Alright, so in a headwind like this, our glide rate is reduced. We're not going to go forward as fast, but our sink rate is the same, which means if we want to hit that bigger field out in front of us with the one tree in the middle of it, we need to double this altitude. So let's keep climbing. Bring it to the left here, Mike. Let's get over here back towards the lake. I want you up here at my altitude, so keep climbing. We do this for motor failure, right? So if my engine died right now, I got this cow pasture to my right, I wouldn't make the field in front of me, but I do have a field that I would land in. So always keep something in range, and keep in mind that a headwind is going to reduce that range. A little more to the left here. Use that weight shift. Lean over into the seat. The more weight shift you use, the less brake you have to use. We're going to cross the lake at this heading, just right along the edge of it. And keep in mind, a motor out means you'd probably land in the field that we're flying over right now because of the wind. I'm going to head towards a field past the lake. It looks kind of like a L shape upside down. That's going to be a fun one to fly low in. One other thing around here, chickens can kill themselves if they hear loud noises. They're really stupid. So every time you see a chicken barn, which is this really long silver barn over here on my left, there's two of them side by side, stay away from those as well, just like horses. I'm going to turn around to get some pictures of you. A little more altitude, you're still descending. Fight it back over to the left. Not that far left. Split the difference. Here, tell you what, I'll speed up, you follow me. Yeah, I'm going a lot faster now. All right, you notice that change in the wind? We're now being pushed to the left, so I'm flying with my wing pointing right, but I'm going left. Just keep in mind, when you're up at altitude, especially on blustery days, it's going to swing you all over the place. Look for smoke. That's a good indication, especially in wintertime, of wind direction. If you want to head over to the right, we can go into the wind and fly a little longer. Sunset's in about 5 minutes. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to get some pictures of you. There's some good pictures. And a 90-degree turn to your left if you don't mind. Alright, we'll just head into the wind, which is actually a little to your right. Look at the ground and notice which way you're being pushed. See how you're being pushed to the left? Into the wind is the direction I'm facing, apparently. When it's stiff, we fly into the wind as much as possible, because when we turn around and need to go back because of the sun setting, we need to be able to get back quick, and you don't want to be fighting the wind and then fighting daylight. So we'll head this way for a little while. Yeah, it's called paraparked. It's not dangerous. As long as the air's smooth, it just means you're not going along the ground very fast. You're still flying through the air at the same speed. Don't let it worry you. We're moving quick across the ground, but at the same speed in the air. It's very important not to think you need to use more or less brake to make a turn in conditions like this. It's the same amount of brake all the time. Don't let the ground skew you. It's always going to be the same flying. A lot of people pull too much brake when they're flying downwind like this and put themselves in a spiral. You don't need to do that. Watch what I do as I land and just follow my circuit in. Just going to turn and head down the runway. And this is going to slow me down quite a bit, ground speed wise. So I'm flying crabbed. I'm pointing to the right into the wind, but being pushed a little to the left. And down at about 20 feet, I'm going to increase my right turn so that I'm finishing into the wind. Does that make sense? Okay, just watch my wing here at the end. So I've got motor off to not piss off these guys. It's a little bumpy down here, but don't let it freak you out. So now I'm doing my little right turn and normal flare. Yeah. You're okay. Pressure. Flare. Yeah, you ran it out. You're all right.